All right, guys, so it's officially Black Friday weekend over here at Best Buy. I wanted to check out some of the 4Ks, possibly upgrades or add in to my collection. So we got Prometheus right here on 4K, Equalizer 2. Now, once again, these are starting at $6, so I'm not sure the exact price on each one. It looks like Escape Room on Blu-ray. This is the sequel to Escape Room. You got Monster Hunter Elysium in 4K as well. News of the World, I still have to check that one out. You got Snatch on 4K. I gotta add this to my collection, so I'm gonna have to scan this and see how much it is. Last Action Hero as well back there. I'm gonna probably check out the price on that. I haven't seen it. Now we got Bloodshot right here, which is a Vin Diesel film I did see, and I heard it looks phenomenal in 4K. All right, now we have a $9.99 section. This is most of what's going on here, the sale-wise. So you got that Ghost in the Shell, which I just did add on 4K. I think it was $8. You have some more Blu-rays right there. Spider-Man. You have a Steelbook of Desperado. I have that actually in my collection already. You have Venom. You have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. A cool Steelbook right here of Resident Evil, man. That one's pretty nice. The first one, I believe, Ghostbusters on 4K. It's a classic right there. Don't Breathe 2 in 4K as well. Let me check this Resident Evil one out. I don't know if there's any special features, but that is a nice looking steelbook. I will say that. That's on Blu-ray only. That's probably my favorite out of the Resident Evils. But here's another little standee for the sequel, The Hitman's Bodyguard in 4K. Ghost in the Shell. Once again, definitely pick that one up if you guys haven't seen it. You got The Green Knight. You got The Courier. The Green Knight was one of my favorite films this year. Spiral, which I thought was pretty good. T2, that's a terrible transfer in 4K, by the way. The Hitman's Bodyguard on 4K. That's the first one. Die Hard, Casino, Deep Water Horizon. You got First Blood. So you got a lot of classics in here on 4K. Under $10, I would definitely check these ones out, guys. If you haven't seen Hell or High Water is a really good one. I haven't checked out this Robin Hood version yet with Jamie Foxx. You guys, let me know if you've seen it. You got Jigsaw right there. You got that movie Anna, Cold Pursuit. Got this Chaos Walking with Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. Haven't seen that. I heard bad things though about it. Cold Pursuit was pretty good. I think I saw that on a plane trip one time. Lady of the Manor. Not sure about that one. You got a Bruce Willis movie there. Here's $5.99 and up. Another one. You got some Batman action right there. The Long Halloween Part 1. Aquaman in 4K. You got Joker on Blu-ray. Ooh, you got the Sonic the Hedgehog. This is the one I've been wanting to add to my collection right here in 4K. I'm sure it looks amazing. You got Ready Player One in 4K. I love that movie. Definitely recommend that one. Transformers: The Last Night in 4K. Birds of Prey on Blu-ray. Doctor Sleep. Mortal Kombat animated films. And you got both G.I. Joes on 4K as well. Let me know if those are pretty good. I haven't seen either of them. I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles as well as Christmas Vacation, especially during the holidays. This Terminator Dark Fate. I actually like this as a solo movie. I might add this to my collection, guys. All right, next up we have Fast 9, F9, whatever you want to call it, the Fast Saga. I thought it was an okay movie. It's pretty wacky, but yeah, in 4K, $10. Tenet, that's a great one for $10. I'm sorry. Mortal Kombat, I thought it was an okay movie. So you have it in 4K and Blu-ray. You also have Zack Snyder's Justice League on Blu-ray, as well as Suicide Squad, the first version, News of the World in 4K, and Batman Begins in 4K. You got this Space Jam. Now, I don't know. Let me know how this looks in 4K. Sometimes, it looked bad back then. I mean, I can't imagine how much, it's going to stand out in 4K. You got V for Vendetta, Boss Baby as well. Now, V for Vendetta is one that I've been wanting to add to my collection for such a long time. I think I might do it. Let's see. You also got Wrath of Man. That's a great one. It's a Blu-ray. You have 300 and an awesome slipcover right there. 4K, once again. I'm sure it looks phenomenal. This was an amazing movie when it came out. Band of Brothers and that Space Jam once again. All right, you got some more standees over here for $9.99. You got that Godzilla vs. Kong and the Blu-ray version. I think I like the 4K version a little better as far as the cover goes. You got that Godzilla 2014, Wonder Woman 1984 in Blu-ray and 4K. Oh, Hobbs and Shaw. Now, this movie is super underrated. I think if you like the Fast and the Furious, I think you guys are going to like Hobbs and Shaw. You got In the Heights, Birds of Prey, The Forever Purge on Blu-ray, Parasite in 4K in 1917. Those movies are both exceptional. You got The Dark Knight. You got Dark Knight Rises as well. And Nobody in 4K and in Blu-ray. So I'm probably going to pick this one up as well because this is a great movie. You got some more $5.99 deals right here. So you got Parasite, Love and Monsters, 1917, Top Gun. These are all Blu-rays as well. Tom and Jerry on Blu-ray, the movie. Rampage, didn't really care for that one, but you have it in 4K. It, Elf, A Christmas Story, Detective Pikachu. You got The Incredible Hulk. I never saw this version, but I hear bad things. You guys let me know. Love and Monsters once again, but on 4K. Arrival 4K, Shazam Blu-ray, and A Quiet Place on 4K. That's a great addition. The Marksman, I didn't really care for that one. That one was I think that was his last one. The Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim Carrey, and A Quiet Place on Blu-ray. $7.99 deals right here. You got all the John Wicks in 4K. So if you guys don't have these, definitely add them to your collection. Great, great, great price. Got that F9 again. You have Midway in 4K. The Protege, I actually saw this in theaters. I didn't really care for it, but you have a nice little cover on that one. Hitman's Bodyguard, once again, Knives Out on 4K. Definitely, that's a great, great movie right there. Angel Has Fallen. Total Recall, I have that. Spiral, I believe it's a 4K. And then the Saw Unrated, I think this might be a Blu-ray copy. Hunger Games, Walking Dead, the 10th season. And there's actually an 8-film collection right here for Saw, which I actually do have. So I ended up picking up a few titles. I'll let you guys know what I picked up in a minute. All right, guys, so I did want to check out this Dollar Tree because I usually hit this one up last when I do my rounds, but it is the official drop as of, about 4 or 5 days ago. So I want to go in and see if they have anything different from my last video. So let's go inside this local Dollar Tree. All right, so let's see. This is the section where they usually put the movies. It looks like a bunch of old titles, but there's a couple that are standing out, or Rebel Born, that I haven't seen before in here. So I kind of wanted to show off some, maybe Spider in the Web. I don't think I've seen that one here from Ben Kingsley on DVD. Yeah, let me see. Maybe, hopefully there's like a little standee or something on the end cap, or maybe, let me check this out, because I don't see anything here new in this section here. Uncommon, I haven't seen that. So maybe they're just kind of mixing them up. I don't know. The Purging Hour, I think I saw here last time. That Sushi Girl, that was a pretty wild movie. I do have that on Blu-ray. Let's see. Rush Zone NFL. Not sure what that is. Ava's Possession. No clue what that is, but I have not seen that here. So here we do have an end cap. So make sure you guys are checking the end caps at your local Dollar Tree. So let's go to the Blu-rays first. There's that Keanu right there. That's what I was hoping to pick up right there. I had seen that in other people's videos. I still got that Trick or Treat that I have not seen. Let me know if you guys have seen it. Righteous Villains, I showed that yesterday. You got that Zoolander, Sum of All Fears on Blu-ray as well. That Tony Jaa Ong Bak 2. Let's see, what else you got? You got that Hugo, Suburbicon, Star Trek. So it looks like those are kind of the ones they've already put out. That Deadheading is from months and months ago, by the way. Yeah, I think, I'd shown this all in, my previous video. That double pack right there with Nick Cage. Patriot Games. So it looks like those are the movies that you guys are getting, about 10 or 15 of the same titles in your Dollar Tree. So let me see if I can go over any DVDs that I didn't possibly show the other day. Oh, I found another Blu-ray, Dinner for Schmucks. Heard this was kind of bad, but I might want to check it out. Here's the DVD, Can You Keep a Secret? So once again, I'm trying to look for DVDs that I hadn't shown you guys in previous videos. Oh, there's that Fences again. I was lucky enough to pick that up yesterday. So once again, here are all the MGM re-releases. Bound for Glory is one of them. I didn't show yesterday. Copying Beethoven with Ed Harris. Pieces of April. Things You Can Tell Just by Looking at Her with Glenn Close, Cameron Diaz. Original Sin, Antonio Banderas and Angelina Jolie. I always have seen that poster before. State of Grace with Sean Penn, Ed Harris, Gary Oldman. True Heart with Kristen Dunst. Once again, all MGM titles. Got some Christmas movies here. Beverly Hills Christmas. Christmas, Cupid's Arrow. So I love how they're all kind of lumped in. I mean, I don't watch these Christmas movies, but if you are a Christmas watcher, I mean, they're all lumped in here. It looks like A Christmas Star. Probably more Lifetime-y movies, you know. The Christmas Switch. Natasha Hedstridge. Wow, that's where she's been, huh? The Frozen Front. I'm not sure if I've shown this one or not. There's a lot of war movies sometimes in here. Gary Oldman, Mary, from the writer of The Shallows. You have a Sam Elliott 2-film movie pack right here. Once again, for $1, these are great deals. Nuclear. Haven't seen that one. American Confederate. Have not seen that here before. Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck and James Gandolfini, Christina Applegate. Wow. Never even heard of that movie. Let me know if you guys have seen it. It looks pretty older. Alright guys, so I am back home. So let me go over first my Best Buy pickups. It is Black Friday weekend and a lot of deals were on BestBuy.com. So I thought I would just kind of jump in the store and see if I could find those same exact prices. And yes, they did price match with the BestBuy.com prices. So I did show that some of them were going for $5.99 and up. We're talking about Blu-rays and 4Ks. So I'll just let you know off the bat, I copped all 4Ks because I gotta either upgrade from my Blu-rays or some that I didn't even have in my collection that I thought were just such a great deal on 4K. I had to pick them up. And a lot of these are gonna be rewatches. I haven't seen them since they came out. So starting off with the first one I got for $7.99 on 4K plus Blu-ray plus digital. It is Terminator Dark Fate. Now, regardless of what you guys thought of the movie overall, how it ties into the second one, if you guys don't know, this is tied into the second one, T2 Judgment Day, which was a phenomenal one by James Cameron. It's one of my favorite sequels of all time. This does a little bit of a job kind of tying it together, with the beginning of this movie and a little bit throughout the way, as well as we get the character played by Linda Hamilton, who is reprising her role as Sarah Connor, which I think she does a fantastic job. It's another reason why I'm picking this one up. I thought overall this movie was a good standalone film, almost a reboot as far as them kind of following the formula of T2 Judgment Day. Once again, if you are a diehard Terminator fan, I think you kind of don't like the beginning of this film, but you enjoy it overall. At least that's kind of what I got. And plus you get Arnold back. So I wanted to add this to my collection. Plus I heard it was really good in HDR on 4K. Now the next one is a $9.99 pickup. Most of these are going to be $9.99. So under 10 bucks. Hey, for a 4K, that's phenomenal. So this is a blind buy, another Arnold Schwarzenegger film, I believe from the mid-90s. It is Last Action Hero. Now, I've never seen this film before in my life. I will say I really wish the cover was done a little better. Don't know if you could see it, probably close up there. It looks really blotchy, the picture itself. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. I really don't even know much about this film here, if I'm being completely honest, guys. But I believe this is the first time it's in 4K, and it just came out this year in 4K. I could be wrong about that one, but you guys let me know. Is Last Action Hero a must-see in the Arnold Schwarzenegger verse? I have seen most of his movies, like 70% of his old school movies from the 80s and 90s. So this one's gonna be an awesome first time watch. I might do it, movie reaction for the channel for that one, so you guys let me know. Now another one that I believe I don't even have in Blu-ray, so this will be just a complete, great addition to my film collection. It is the amazing Guy Ritchie in Snatch. So one of my favorite Guy Ritchie films of all time, not only just because the cast, the ensemble of gentlemen here are, I use that, pun loosely because of The Gentleman. That's also an awesome Guy Ritchie film. This cast and this story, the way it's laid out, is so good, guys. If you have no clue about Guy Ritchie films whatsoever, I think this is a good introduction. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels was phenomenal, but this is the one that really set it off as far as putting him on the map, at least for me. Also, my introduction to Jason Statham. You get all kinds. You get Brad Pitt. Who else do you have? You have Benicio del Toro, Vinnie Jones, and it is such a well laid out, edited film. The soundtrack is phenomenal. Very gritty, British London streets. You can't go wrong with this kind of, humor. Make sure to turn on the subtitles because there's a lot of, different dialects being thrown around in there that it's very, very hard, especially when it comes to Brad Pitt's, character in this movie. I thought it was phenomenal. Snatch is a must-have. Now, next up, this one was $7.99, and it was always sold out. Always sold out in 4K. The Blu-ray was the next best thing, and it was like even the Blu-ray was going for $10 most places, kind of all year round. But I was holding out because I knew I could get this one for a good deal on 4K, and I'm talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, regardless of what you guys thought of the overall movie, I thought this was probably the best Sonic that we were gonna get. Despite everything that went on the internet with kind of recreating his first initial look. Plus, I love Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. I love the cliffhanger. I love that we are getting a part 2. There were aspects of it, obviously, that were more family friendly that made it obviously silly. They were targeting this more towards a kid demographic, but I think it appeased to the nostalgic factor for us that grew up on Sega Genesis and the Sonic franchise. I didn't play the later games, but I definitely grew up on the cartridge days, I will say that. So I really am glad that I could add it to my collection, and I can't wait to watch it again in 4K. All right, now next up is one that I always tell myself I really need to rewatch, especially in these times. People are like, this has very, very parallels to V for Vendetta, what's going on in the world today, in real world, IRL, right? So I wasn't digging this cover too much. I don't know. I've never seen this poster version or this cover version for a 4K. But it's Natalie Portman, Hugo Weaving. It is V for Vendetta. Now, this movie is very, very impactful from what I remember. I couldn't even really tell you, it has a lot to do with government. I couldn't even tell you where the setting was, but it says from the creators of the Matrix trilogy. I didn't even know that. So the Wachowskis? Is this the Wachowskis film? I didn't even know if it was or not. But Natalie Portman, Hugo Weaving, is it Wachowskis? Yeah, it's the Wachowskis, Vertigo / DC Comics. So this one I remember being very dark and being very grim, and once again parallels to real life going on. So I can't wait to watch this, or rewatch this, I'm sorry. It came out in 2006. So yeah, that's back then in the early 2000s. I really wasn't paying attention too much when it came to cinematography, directors, character performances and whatnot. So it's going to be an awesome time rewatching this in 4K. Next up, another one I haven't seen since it came out. This is Zack Snyder's 300. Now, I actually did pick this up at a local thrift store for a couple of bucks on Blu-ray, but I know I have to see this in 4K because of the way this is filmed. Oh my God, there's no other film, like a lot try to replicate this style of filming. Jesus Lord. When this came out, everybody was blown away by how stunning everything looked. Obviously, the whole six-pack, everybody was like, why are they so defined? It was the way they filmed this thing was so cool. And it's such an awesome performance from Gerard Butler right there. I'm so glad I could get it with the slipcover too. A lot of these are not coming with slipcovers, so I'm really glad I could get it. Once again, under $10, $9.99 right there. So you guys let me know, is this a must-have in the collection on 4K? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's a step up from the Blu-ray. All right, guys. Next up was one that is a newer movie. Saw it in theaters, really loved it. I can't wait to show it to, my families and friends. My brother was saying he hasn't seen it, so I'm definitely going to show him this. And in 4K, I'm sure it's beautiful. I always have this thing of, newer movies, Blu-ray to 4K, sometimes the comparison is not, it's not night and day like if it was like a film that came out, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago with the 4K restoration. That's a little different. It's going to look eye-popping to you no matter what your 4K display is, either OLED, LED, QLED, whatever it is. But this one, I just wanted to support it because I thought it was such a cool movie, and I love Bob Odenkirk. It is Nobody. Also RZA and Christopher Lloyd, I believe it is. In here, I think, yeah, it's Christopher Lloyd. This is a really fun, gritty movie. If you guys like the John Wick series, I believe that some of the creators are from the producers of, I want to say, a writer of John Wick. I'm sorry. This one was such a gritty one, and I loved it for the simple fact of it was very realistic. So not only, you get John Wick, who's, can't be touched, man. He's over there kicking ass. This guy can't be touched either. He's very well skilled, but he's also getting his ass kicked along the way. So that was the realistic part of it to me. So I really am glad that I added those. So those are my 4K pickups, guys, from Best Buy. I almost said Dollar Tree. Best Buy and their Black Friday sale. So around $8, $10 for most of those there. And I did stop at another Dollar Tree that I usually go to. It has usually a good selection, but I think I might have missed the mark as far as maybe I got there too late, because I was told that this latest Dollar Tree drop happened about a week ago. So I think I was kind of on the late train. I mean, there's been a lot going on with holidays and whatnot. So the only two pickups that I did get at that last Dollar Tree were Keanu, which I'm actually really excited. I saw this in someone else's video. I thought this was an extremely funny movie. Will Arnett, I believe, is in it. Will Forte, I'm sorry. Will Forte has a really, really funny character, and I love Jordan Peele as well as Keegan-Michael Key. I think they're awesome together. I think even separately they're even more awesome, because one's more of the actor, Keegan-Michael Key, as well as Jordan Peele. We know him as the phenomenal director of Get Out and Us, and he's working on future projects, collaborating on as a producer and doing other future works as well. And last but not least is Steve Carell and Paul Rudd in Dinner for Schmucks. Now, I heard a lot of bad things about this film, but I love Paul Rudd, so I am definitely going to take a chance on this one. And it looks like there's a lot of other well-known actors that I see here on the back. I believe this is Jason Sudeikis from what it looks like, as well as is that Ron Livingston, and I think there's a couple of other people that look very recognizable, but I can't call it right now. But yeah, you guys let me know what you thought of that movie. So that kind of rounds it out for my round 2 at the Dollar Tree, and once again, Black Friday sales at Best Buy. So if you guys do like physical media, let me know by hitting that big thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And make sure to hit that subscribe and bell notification down below if you aren't already, to enjoy future videos like this. I also do reactions, first time movie watches, and live streams throughout the week. So if you guys are into stuff like that, make sure to hit that subscribe once again. All right, guys, till next one, I'm gone. Peace.